Today we are going to check the KS Fancy Slideshow snippet. In fact, the feedback that you have received from our current premium customers has been very positive, and they seem to enjoy this type of slideshow, probably because of the partial slides on the sides, which of course a feature that you can disable if you don't want that. This snippet in fact has been used on our premium themes, but we thought that it is a good idea to release it as a separate snippet, so anyone with a Shopify store, no matter the theme that you are using, you can make use of this type of slideshow. Okay, next we are going to check the installation, and then we are going to check the various options and settings that you have available for this snippet. Okay, after we have downloaded the snippet, all we have to do is double click to unzip the file, and then open this file on your preferred editor. And all we have to do here is copy the contents of the file, and then from your Shopify admin, go to the theme that you want to install it, edit code, then here all we have to do is create a new section called KS Fancy Slideshow. And then all we have to do is paste the contents of the file. Then again, from the same theme, we need to customize it. Then all we have to do here is add the snippet that we have just installed. KS Fancy Slideshow. Okay. The snippet is working fine. As you can see here, we have the sample Shopify SVG images. And next we are going to check the various options and settings that you have available for this snippet. Okay. Let's start first by adding some images or even video, because this snippet supports both images and MP4 videos. For example, on the first slide, let's add a video here. Okay. Also, we should select the same video to show mobile, but of course, if you prefer to have a different video for mobile, you should select it here. Also, it is important to note that either you need to use images or video. So if you have video and have images here, normally only the video will show up. Also, let's quickly add some images on the other slides. Okay, the second, then the third. And as you can see, now we have a very nice slideshow that works perfectly on the down theme, but also it should work on any other Shopify theme as well. Maybe on some themes might need a few adjustments, but overall it should work. It should work by default. Okay. So first let's check the snippet settings. We have the options for the background color that you can set here. For example, you can set a different background color and have maybe some more advanced usage. For example, you can match this background color with the foreground color if you prefer, and have in this way a nice effect, something like this. Also, here you have the option to control the buttons color. For example, if you prefer to have different colors for the buttons, you can set it here, something like this, for example. Then we have options to show these arrows here or not. We have the options for the pagination here. If you don't want the pagination, you can disable here, or there are some more styles for the pagination, like to show the number of slides, but also to show a scroll bar if you prefer this type of pagination. Okay. Then you have the effect. Normally we're using a bit of fancy way of this slideshow, as the name suggests, of course. So some of these fancy effects here might not work properly if the partial slides option is enabled, but also you can disable that option here, the partial slide option. But you can have here fade. Let's quickly disable the partial slides. We can have the fade option if you prefer, so we have a cube effect if you prefer that way. If you want to go even more fancy, you can have this cover flow effect or even a flip effect, and last a creative effect. Let's leave it to slide and enable again the partial slides. Then here you can control the transition speed. If you prefer to run faster, you can do so. Or the autoplay feature. If you don't want to have an autoplay, simply choose 0 here. Then we have an option for the label, so this is used for accessibility purposes. You may leave it just it is here, no problem. Then you have the options to control the media, the image and the video. So you can set the mobile media height here and the desktop media height. So for desktop we are 700 pixels. If you prefer to have a narrow slider, you can do so by adjusting this value here, but this is for mobile, so let's quickly check the mobile here. This controls the mobile. If you prefer to have a higher slider, you can do so, but also it is important to know this other setting here, adapt media, and what this does is that the media proportion, the image or video proportion will be saved. They are not going to crop, but of course some might be smaller, some large. So yes, this is how it works. But this is very handy. In fact, if you are going to have just one slide, this is a technique that is used from many stores. If you want to have just one slide and have the slide take the full proportion of the image, you can enable this setting here. Okay, then we have the settings for the spacing, top and bottom here. Then you have the spacing between the slide, this spacing here that you can disable if you prefer, or have it bigger. You can do so as well. Okay. This is all for the snippet settings, but of course each of the blocks has its own settings. So we already saw the option to add the image for both mobile and desktop, the video for both mobile and desktop. Then you have here the overlay settings. You can choose the overlay color if you prefer to have a different overlay color. You can have something like this, for example. You can see now that the overlay is red, and change the opacity as well. If you don't want an overlay at all, simply choose 0 here. Then you have also a blur effect if you prefer to blur the background image. Okay, then you have the settings for the captions, the subtitle, title, description, and this button here. You can choose the position for mobile. If you want to show on top, center, or bottom. Then again the text align for the mobile. Then you have the position for the desktop. For example, you can have the position on the desktop on the left, and also you can align the text on the left. This is handy if your focal point of your image is on the sides and you want to have the captions on a different side. Okay. Then you can control even more the captions. You can set here a maximum width. This is needed also if your descriptions are long and you don't want to have them very large, so you can restrict the caption maximum width here. Then you can have the option to set the subtitle, the title font size, the description here, and the bottoms here, the text, the style, and the URL. If you don't want to have a button or any of these settings here, simply leave them blank and they should be gone. Okay, that should be all for the fancy slideshow. Thanks for watching.